everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is Leslie. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Today I am sharing a video with you that I made a couple of months ago, and this was for Lucy's first birthday, and I wanted to share with you how I documented each of the layouts for her birthday album. And I'm still using the my Mind's Eye Splendor collection to document these photos. Now, the photos that I'm going to be using, this is a multi photo layout, so there's going to be 3 photos on this layout, and the photos are very dark. It was inside my house. The person who was taking the photos, I think they don't really know how to, or they didn't have the camera settings to the right settings, so the photos are unfortunately very dark, but these are the only photos that I have, and I didn't want to go crazy on PicMonkey and edit the life out of them. So I also liked the pink in Lucy's dress and the white that I was wearing, so I didn't want to make the photos black and white, and besides, if I were to make them black and white, there would be far too much black in the photos. All of that dark brown or the darker shadowy bits would be black, and that would be too much black in the photos in any case. So this was these photos were taken when we were singing happy birthday to her. She had no clue what was going on, but do 1-year-olds have a clue what's going on when you sing to them in any case? So what I'm using is the fussy cut bits that I cut from 2 of the pattern paper sheets. Now, in a video the other day, I was talking about floral bits in collections, and the fact that in some collections you have these beautiful florals, and then you've got one floral sheet or one bit of floral paper, pattern paper, and then nothing in the embellishments. And this is one of the collections where there is so much to use. There's floral stickers and floral chipboard and 2 floral papers that you could fussy cut, and then there's ephemera, and there's so much, and I absolutely love the fact that there's so much to choose from. And even though there was you know, those layered stickers even with the little floral bits, I still went ahead and fussy cut those 2 pages out from the collection to where I had more bits to work with, because I knew I wanted to document an entire album with this collection, and I only bought 1 of the collections. I didn't fill in, and I didn't buy 2 or 3 or 4. I think the layered stickers, I might have bought 3 or 4 packets of the layered stickers, because I like the floral, but that was the only thing I doubled up on. The rest was just single orders. So I knew I had to stretch this collection to be able to document an entire album with this. So this was a tricky layout for me to do. I have to admit, this was quite a tricky layout, and as you can see, I am cutting up the sort of title sheet of the collection, and I wanted to use some of that sampled, you know, the little bits, the sampled little bits of paper that you can see on the title sheet to a collection. I wanted to put a strip of that to the left hand side of the page. Now I am going to cover that up, and you're actually just not even going to see that in a moment, but I know it's there, and I really like the fact that it's there. Now, for some or other reason, my corners of my photos kept on popping up, so I just had to reinforce it with some extra wet glue and stick it down quite a lot. I wanted to use that little bit of scripty font at the bottom of that branding strip. Yes, it's a branding strip. And that just shows you what's on the other side of this striped white and pink piece of paper, and I wanted to use that because it says stuff like unforgettable, beautiful, life's great, you know, things like that, very happy and things like that. So I'm going to be sticking it over there on top of that little strip I got over there. And there you can see, you can't really see what's going on there, but and that corner kept on popping up, which really irritated me, and I'm going to put some more on that as well. So yes, because I'm using 3 photos, this did take up the majority of my layout, and it did do all the thinking for me. It's like using a massive title or a massive embellishment. If you're going to use more than one photo, you're quite limited in how you position the photos and how you have them. So I just decided to put them in sort of a strip, a vertical strip along the left hand side of the of the of the layout, because I am looking to the right of the photo, and Lucy, although she is facing the left, she's also sort of looking more to the center of the photos. So I decided that I'm going to put the photos on the left hand side of the page, so that we are sort of angled to the inside of the page, if you know what I mean. I did do a doodly border around my layouts, and that is something I'm doing for most of the layouts, if not all of the layouts in this album for Lucy. I really wanted to use that cuckoo clock. It is beautiful, and I really wanted to use it because I had a little bird cage on the table when I was decorating for her little birthday table, and that just reminded me of the decorations that I put on the table. So I realized that, okay, so if I do put the cuckoo clock there, I'm going to have to do something to that side of the page as well, because it's sort of breaking that line, that vertical strip of the boundary of that vertical embellishing strip I've got there with the flowers. These little sort of, I think they're epoxy little hearts. They sort of see-through, so it's best if you stick them on white, because then you can see the color better. Otherwise, if you stick them on the pink, the color's a bit distorted. So I try to get as much of them as I could on the white, and also try to keep to the rule of thirds, adding them to the bottom left, top left, and then to the center right of the layout. I'm adding some Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine just to the right hand side of the page. Now, I've done this before where I'm using the Paige Evans sticker book with this collection because the colors go perfectly, and I decided that I'm going to be using her little bird houses that she has in the sticker book, and just sort of go along embellishing around that little cuckoo clock that I put there. And I obviously then added some stars, and I went embellishment crazy from doing choosing from the sticker book. I still have lots of the sticker book left, and I have created hundreds of layouts, you guys. I'm using these. I've got all of them. I've got all of the American Crafts sticker books, and I think I haven't even touched the Heidi Swapped one yet, or the Maggie Holmes one. I think I still have like more than the One Canoe 2. I think I've hardly even touched that one. I think the most used one I have is this Paige Evans one. I think because of the colors, most of the colors are going together with a lot of collections that have come out recently. And I mean, one like the One Canoe 2, it's very outdoorsy. There's a lot of camping references, travel references, things like that, and we don't really go camping and things like that. We don't have the opportunity to do that. So there's some more hearts and some more birdhouses that I'm seeing that I am liking, and I'm going to be using that as well. And then I thought to myself, you know what, while I'm at it, why don't I just go crazy with the little birdhouses and the cuckoo clock? Why don't I just put them all there? The colors match perfectly, they look beautiful, why not? And while I'm at it, why don't I just add some more stars? And that worked perfectly in there. And this was an embellishment crazy layout. There was so much on this page, but I really liked it. The fact the embellishing had to be crazy because of the photos, the fact that they're so dark. If I had left the photos as they, just as they are, and not embellished crazy like I did, I think the photos would have looked lost on the page. So it's sort of, the photos weighed too much. I had to put extra weight on the other side of the page, if you get what I mean. I don't know if I'm making any sense, if it's making any sense what I'm saying, but in my head it is making sense. So I had to do a lot of embellishments on the right hand side to balance out the darkness of the photos on the left hand side, if that is what. Yes. So I'm going to be using these little thickers. I'm not sure from which collection. I know they're also pink paisley. I can't remember from which collection they were. I am going to be adding the little title. I think it's Sweet that I'm going to be adding. That's the perfect color, and they just fit perfectly. And it's the perfect space for them to fit as well, because of that the dark abyss of the photo. It looks like an abyss. It looks like a void, like a black hole. You know, something has to go there. But obviously I decided that is not working for me. It looks lonely in the abyss of the black hole of the photo. So I needed to put it there, and it works perfectly. So this is it for this layout. If you like what you see, please give us a like, and I will see you again soon. Bye.